And then Whitley said, she called me Willie till I was 10. and, and she said, well, you on your own, Willie. But Whitley calmly talks to her, and basically she walks and gets in her face and says, you owe my ass. Look here, pregnancy, Rob. Look here.
I was waiting for her to at least say it, but she didn't say it though.
Look here.
I thought she was gonna say it.
I was riding with you when you thought you had a bun in the oven. You coming to this party. And
she has that held over her head forever.
Yeah.
Remember
when I was there for you? Yeah. You better be. Cocktail party. We go to the cocktail party. Marion is doing her thing, working the cocktail party. Jaleesa is talking to a potential donor, an attorney, Avery Hobson, who I thought was Frederick Douglass. And she's talking to him about supporting the choir to go to Japan. And all he seems to care about is getting some shrimp or the shrimp ceviche. When Mama Gilbert comes over, walks by, and she says, Jaleesa talks to her, all we really need is 26. She said, no. We like whole numbers, baby. How about a clean 5,000? And suddenly, that dude did not flinch,
break a sweat or anything. I'm like, wow.
Sure, not a problem. I will write you a check for $5,000 because she said it to me. Now, let me stay. I don't know how big this choir is, but I checked on what a round trip flight to Japan is, and between 1 and 2, somewhere between 89, it's like 1 and 2 grand. Okay, 4 of you can get, 4 of you can get to Japan. And we haven't talked about where you're going to stay because you're going to be sleeping on the street. I think you may need, like, what you got? You can get a bass, a tenor, and 2 baritones. I don't know.
Hey, to this day, I do not understand the level of fundraising or whatever was done to get the Gregory Junior High class over to France and Spain when I was 10.
One word. Kilos. I'm joking. I'm so joking right now. That is a joke to the audience. That is such a joke right there.
I mean, even when I was in 5th grade, and just to let you all know, Gregory Junior High was a junior high school in New Orleans.
I don't know why you doubt. I don't know why you had this doubt. I don't get it. What's the problem with them not make it to going to Europe?
Bro, I would think that going to Europe is a lot of money. It's not like going to Florida.
No, it's not.
We got on a 7 or 8 hour flight with basically a class from a local junior high school. Like,
how many people?
It's probably. I guess there was a class.
You probably about there was that many people on that trip?
No, it wasn't that many people, but it was. Going to me. I wouldn't be asking.
I'm sorry. Let me state this. I interrupted. My brother our father taught junior high, and a class went to Europe, and
we went to France and Spain,
and our dad was a chaperone, and Ryan went along. So that he went to Europe. Yeah,
it's a PE teacher. I mean, it was. Was it the PE department? Was it the PE department?
I don't.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
No. So yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of money to me. Maybe it's just me.
I think it was your youth. we in Europe. You know, you never know. You know, I don't know. Maybe not. This is a digression. Where were we? You got me. You threw me on that.
Yeah, 3 off on that one.
Yeah. The look on his what was it? Yeah. Oh, the whole trip. Yeah. The look on Avery Hobson's face was like 5,000. You gonna give me them draws later? That's what it looked like. That's what that's what I just like, because he was like,
He
sure.
thinks.
He
He
seriously.
thinks.
He was like, okay.
He gonna be just like Puppy.
That's the way he looked, man. Like, it was like,
he
he was being mean to Jay. He was.
He can look like that the whole time. Yeah, he was being a jackal. And he can look at her all he wants, and after that $5,000, he's going to call Diane Carroll, and she is going to politely say, "Get away from me."
I guess. Yeah, that's who she is. Kent, Kim, and Whitley enter. Marion sees him approaches and calls that girl Kiki. Ooh, Lord. And then first she says, let me state, Kent mentions, Marion, you didn't tell me that Kim was pre-med. And Mama Gilbert's trying to get past that, and she starts to talk about Kim's diet. He said, she had a cheese puff in her hand, and she's like,
She's an awful woman. She's an awful woman.
An ounce on the hips, an ounce on the lips, a pound on the hips. I was like, oh my God.
She's an awful mom. She's an awful person.
Then she suggested,
she said, darling, you have seen that celery tray over there. Have you seen that celery tray over there? Really?
I really thought there's a polite way that Kim could like cuss out. I was like, look, you need to stop. I just could. Then she said, have you ever taken up tennis? And then, but I think she used that just as a, she
was using that to get to transition. Nice little transition.
Transition Kent back to, Whitley plays tennis, that type of thing.
But it did lead to a great joke from Whitley about the skirt lifting, or was that later on?
Oh yeah, she did say that. I was like, oh yeah, Mom, I could just all my heaven and earth or something like that. Basically talking about bending over in a short tennis skirt, and everybody can see my
heaven and earth will fill with my glory.
I was like, oh wow, Whitley. You know what? I didn't get that till the second time. I was like, oh, Whitley, what you talking about there, girl? Jaleesa happens to come by and compliments Mama Gilbert to Whitley. It's like, and Whitley's like, I thought I could count on you to hate her, but not.
He did.
Mama Gilbert comes over to Whitley and starts talking to her about, are you going to leave Kent alone with that roller derby queen? I was like, damn, Mama Gilbert, you got.
That's a mean woman, man.
That's a mean woman. She's talking about this girl's roommate like this. But either way, Whitley says she's tired and goes off on Mama Gilbert and storms out. And Mama Gilbert tries to play it off. Oh, darling, I'll come by and tuck you in. You don't feel well? I was like, oh, man. I've seen mothers like that before.
Shouldn't really be tucking a 20-year-old in.
Really shouldn't, but she's covering the best she can. She don't know. She ain't been too hot of a mama so far. We go to Gilbert Hall lobby. Freddie, Ron, and Dwayne are playing cards. Whitley storms in.
I feel like that's the loosest I've seen Freddie.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, pretty much. And she's like, Ron is so many words. Say, where your fine ass mama? That's what he's basically saying. Like, where your mama?
Yeah.
That's a nice way of saying, where is your fine mama? That's what I'm trying to
say. In other words, if A Different World was on Prime Video, that is what Ron would be saying.
Whitley, where your mama? Where your mama? Yes. She said, and Whitley's furious about that. You like her? You can have her. And it storms up. It's like, and Ron's like, she need to be happy. She ain't got my mom. And then each one of them, Ron tells a story about how he forged a report card. His mama said, Ronald, come in here, darling. He said, I walked in the room.
He got attacked.
She attacked me out of nowhere. And Dwayne talks about his mom always talking about
same old thing.
800 his perfect math score.
SAT.
But this is the first utterance of the word chipmunk. Yeah. This is the first time we ever hear that his nickname was Chipmunk. That will become popular, especially with Miss Pat LaBelle, his mama, Mrs. Wayne. Freddie makes a statement on her character that will come true later on. She's like, yeah, my mama Joni. They're like, Joni?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
she's more like my friend. Says she wanted to call me Moonbeam.
I noted too that Freddie shared some interesting information about herself. He gave a lot more to. Okay, now I know. What what's my boy name in The Wire? The one who light skinned dude who used to run on the corners.
Bodie.
Bodie. Remember when Bodie said, he said, now I know. He said, that's your mama? Now I know why you is who you is. No, why? No, he said, now I know why you is the way you is, or something like that.
There you go. There's some things like, there was a statement on a TV show, Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso said, I love meeting people's mothers. That tells me why they're so crazy. It's like a little, he says, I think he said it's like a little workbook to tell you why somebody's so crazy.
Hey, man. Hey, look. Does not fall far from the tree.
It's like,
does not fall far from the tree.
And
anybody you run into, you find their mama, you like, yep.
Then I get
maybe
it.
they're dead, but maybe they're dead too. You like,
but I get it.
It's somebody in that family. You like, oh, okay.
Okay.
I see why you is the way you is.
We go up to Whitley's room, and Whitley is talking bad to her mama, who we think is there, but she is not there. She is talking to a pillow because Mama Gilbert comes in. It's like, what in the hell is wrong with you? And
I know 2020. I know it's 2020 vision now, but back then we didn't really see that. Like, we really didn't see that. We really didn't see that coming. Like, when she was just talking and fussing and you couldn't see the person.
Oh no,
we were really there. Like, ooh,
that was a popular device.
Yeah, like, oh.
That was a popular device in the sitcom. Like, I wish you would tell me. You ain't talking. You talking to a wall. Yeah. That was a pretty popular device. Her mom comes in and says Mama Gilbert says, you are determined to make me unhappy. I was like, God, dog. You never met a man of Kent's caliber in 3 years here. And Whitley then confronts her about setting her up and how this just didn't happen. Mama Gilbert still, I call it degaffing. She just don't care. She just degaffing. She like talks about how I had to speak to Kent. This is the thing. If they were to work out and get married, she sat there and said, I had to talk to Kent's graceless cow of a mother. Like, damn. Like,
so my future mother-in-law, you'll never speak to her.
Basically, that's what you're telling me. She then goes on to mention how you buried yourself in this public relations book. It's a class. I'm in college. What is wrong? She is just, her whole thing is you are at college to get the right man. Basically, get some
money.
This woman is bothersome. And Whitley says, I want something else. And Marion says, and what is that? I don't know. But you know what I do know.
I know what you did tell her. You said, I don't want to end up like you. No husband, no friends, a daughter who can't stand you to be around you.
I was like, ooh.
Boom! You want to give all of these hard body blows? What's up with that? Uppercut.
I was like, I just saw Caesar go, et tu, Brute? Et tu? Like, oh my God. Like, it's like, it stabbed me and that ain't my child. I was like, oh my God. And
the other night I was playing Punch Out. Super Punch Out, like the old school arcade game.
Mm-hmm.
Not the Mike Tyson Punch Out, but the original. Mm-hmm. And he just kept going, body blow, body blow, body blow, uppercut, uppercut. He's down for the count.
Yeah. But the thing about it is, Whitley catches herself and she tries to clean it up and says, I always thought, I always thought I was a good mother. And Whitley says, you are. And then
That'd have been
Marion
great.
says,
That'd have been great if she had said,
but she takes
what
a beat.
a waste.
No, you want that for everything. Like I said, Marion says, I always thought you were a good mother. Whitley's like, you are. But she takes a beat and she says, of course I am. She was like Han Solo in Empire Strikes Back. Han, I love you. I know.
I know.
like Whitley. I mean, Mama Gilbert. Like, you just really just love you some Mama Gilbert. Whitley asked her, said, can we grab some lunch tomorrow? No, because I'm having lunch with Avery Hobson. I got to break him off of that 5K, that 5K, and to send them kids to Japan. I'm just saying.
Give me the check.
I'm just